Hello, everyone, and welcome back to Jesse Hecht Creative. It has been a wild week for me, and it's a good time to relax and talk about some films. So let's do that, shall we? Let's get going. With our films of the 90s, I was born in the 90s, 91 to be precise, around the middle of it. I'm really excited about all the great films we have to offer this time around. We're going from 1990 to 1992, so it's going to be fun. We're going throughout the years and decades sooner than you think. So let's rock. Look Who's Talking 2. Never been a fan of this movie, honestly. I thought Bruce Willis was in it, honestly. Travolta's in it. I guess it's fine. It's about babies that can talk, and that's the gimmick. It's just voiceover. It's dumb, silly, stupid, honestly. Not really that great a movie, honestly. Not my favorite by a long shot, at least with that. Die Hard 2, not as good as Die Hard 1. Die Hard 1, awesome, really amazing. Die Hard 2, fair. There's snow, he's trapped in an airport, there isn't really much to go on this, and it's another Die Hard movie. The third one's much, I think, better in my eyes. We'll get to that when we get to that. This one is okay. I remember the airport guy in the movie being funny, but other than that, just Die Hard 2 isn't that good. Home Alone, not a fan. Never been a fan of these movies. I actually wrote a review on my website where I just bashed this and the sequel for being the same exact thing. And honestly, it's kind of what Die Hard is for Die Hard 2. Except Home Alone isn't really funny. It's like mean-spirited, kind of weird, not really just good in my eyes. I mean, Pesci knocks it out of the park. Other than that, it's okay. Very cartoony, kind of weird. And sorry for the lack of love for these movies. Just the 90s were kind of a weird time. The 80s were really cool for movies, but 90s, I don't know, getting a little more kiddish in a way. Back to the Future 3. Again, kind of a misfire. Wow, 1990 was not a great year for films that I've watched. What a shame. But here we are. They go to the Wild West, back in time. And it's just really good. Just like, it's good. It isn't great, it's good. I don't know if I like the setting, honestly. There isn't really much you can do with this kind of thing. I would have liked more locales with Back to the Future. Like if they went to different places within time. Pirates would have been great. Medieval castles and stuff and sorcery and junk. Well, not sorcery, but medieval castles and stuff certainly would have been great. Prehistory would have been cool, Even so far in the future where there aren't any humans and we're all just like snake people or something cool like that, or amoebas or squids or whatever. That kind of thing would have been great, but an Old West setting pandering to nostalgia does not a good series make, in my opinion. The Witches was cool. The effects were great. It's about a little boy who turns into a rat who has to alert other humans that there are witches trying to eat and destroy children. And it's based on a Roald Dahl book. And I really, loved Roald Dahl. I heard a lot of weird junk about him lately. But I've always liked his books and appreciated his stuff. The Witches is pretty good. I think Angelica Houston was in it. She was awesome as that. There is a transformation scene at the end that's so creepy, but I love it. The effects are really cool on this one, and the makeup is really good. And honestly, it's a pretty good book. It's that kind of like kids movie that is also kind of for adults and also scary for kids. That's the best part about it. It's like that kind of like scariness that kids would really enjoy. And I enjoyed when I was a kid. I love that kind of thing. I like being scared by not really that scary things. Rescuers Down Under was really good. I like this one. I think Newhart and Gabor are in this one. They're good. Other than that, it's nice. I love McLeach, George C. Scott. Great villain in this movie. Very funny, very weird. I love the scene where him and the what do you call it? The lizard, the monitor lizard, are trying to get the egg, and he's like just stealing the egg, and it's like a 2D scene. It's pretty funny. The eagle's beautiful, gorgeous scenery in this one. It looks like amazing on this film. I like the story too about how the little boy is being taken by this poacher to try to find an eagle that's rare so he can bag it, and the rescuers just help save the day. They're kind of a side plot, and the main focus is the boy and the eagle and the guy. Honestly, it'd be much better if they weren't involved, the rescuers, I hate to say. It's interesting. They got John Candy to play, I think, Wilbur or Orville, one of the Wright brothers, which is pretty funny seeing as like, they lost, who played the first one? I forget. Buddy Hackett? I think it was Buddy Hackett who played the first brother, and then the other brother shows up later on. And that was a pretty cute joke. There's a lot of CG in this one, a little more advanced from Great Mouse, and it's awesome. I really like this one actually. You know, it's my favorite, but it has a lot of good merits to it. This is like one of my favorites, like ever. I love this movie. Darkman is phenomenal. It's awesome. Still holds up. Campy as heck. Sam Raimi's first movie, the guy who did the original Spider-Man trilogy. I love Darkman. Liam Neeson plays a scientist who is trying to make a synthetic skin for something I forget, and it only lasts a certain amount of hours. They're always trying to push that number up, make it last even longer than that. And he gets attacked by like mobsters and thugs, and his face gets all burned off. So he uses his own skin technology to replicate his own face. And it's like the first 3D printer in this one. It's so cool. I actually recently saw this, so I'm not biased, but this was on the list like really high for the 90s as far as 1990 goes. I don't want to spoil the rest of this, and it has a really fun scene in the middle. But man, Darkman is a must-watch. I love Darkman. It's underrated. It's really cool. It has a lot of camp and kind of funny stuff. And all the villains are weird. All the mobsters have a gimmick, and it's so fun. This is a great movie, and I love it. Darkman rocks. But Misery rocks even harder. I loved this book when I was younger. I read it in high school. It is a Stephen King novel about how this writer, who's written a long series of novels, has just, can I say that, unalived his main character. He wrote out his main character. He's done with the series, and he's driving down the snowy field, the snowy street, and he loses control and falls into a ravine, and gets rescued by his number one fan, played by Kathy Bates. James Caan is the writer, and Kathy Bates is the number one fan, and she nurses him back to health, but keeps him alive on the condition that he keeps writing the series. And it's so interesting to see how he gets out of things. And the book has a lot of like horrible stuff in it that the movie thankfully cuts out and changes and makes better. And I think that this is the better version of it, kind of like how the Mist made made the book worse or whatever. This movie makes the book basically obsolete. Kathy Bates is phenomenal. I think she won an Oscar for this or something, or some kind of like supporting role, leading role, whatever kind of thing. This is a great movie, one of the must-see ones, and it's kind of funny sometimes too, but also really threatening and scary, and it actually could happen. No weird spooky junk in this one. It's all pretty much real life, but man, is it good. Number 1, Edward Scissorhands. I love this one. My favorite Burton film. One of my favorite films of all time. It has a nice Christmas vibe to it. It's really cool and really great. Johnny Depp kills it in this role. One of his first couple roles, I think. He knocked it out of the park. He's weird, but not the weird we know him now as. He's very silent in this one. Very small movements. Incredible stuff. Vincent Price is in this movie. It's basically about Vincent Price plays a doctor who is making a human body, and before he attaches the hands, he attaches these giant scissors, and he passes on as he's about to give him the hands. So this lab experiment is locked up in this castle and breaks free and walks down the hill to suburbia in the 90s, and the suburb women and men all take a shine to him and like him, especially this one girl, but the boyfriend doesn't like him. And it's pretty funny to see what he does and how he interacts with people with these giant scissors for hands. He actually acclimates pretty well. And it's such a good movie. It's so well done. I think Danny Elfman does the soundtrack. This is just another must watch. Another must watch. This is like one of the must watches for me. One of my favorite movies. I love it so much. Edward Scissorhands is basically perfect. Basically perfect. So now I'm going to upload the 1991 posters and get those going. Okay, cool. Hopefully it doesn't goof. Good, it didn't goof. That one? Oh, shoot. Cool. But I didn't skip. It's weird. Okay. So, we have Home Alone 2. Again, not a fan of this one. Not really at all. Basically, the same thing as the first one. Tim Curry's in it and Rob Schneider's in it, and they kind of redeem it a little bit, but not enough for it to be a good movie. I just don't like this one. I do think it's better in some ways than the first, but I don't like this one. Just never been a fan of the franchise. I think the adult characters are better in this one, honestly. You get a lot more interaction with people, but at the end of the day, it's just kind of, Not a fan. He's in New York, by the way. Nothing really much. And the end of the film has this whole, like, dumb kind of, like, house gimmick where he fights him in a house again. It's all the same junk. It's even more cartoony and it's worse than the original. So yeah, not a good movie. I remember this movie vividly for some reason. I don't know why. It's just weird. Honey, I Blew Up the Kid is a sequel to Honey, I Shrunk the Kids, where it's a toddler that's giant rampaging through the city. And I think that's a really great concept. I love it as a concept. It's really fun. And just seeing how they can calm down this kid. And it kind of reminds me of the kid from Incredibles 2 growing in junk and how they have to pacify him. And it's just great. I really like this one a lot. It was cute. It's funny. It has a clever concept and it works well. Rick Moranis is good in it. I don't remember too much, but it's a nice movie that I think the good message is just, the love from parents for their kids. It's great. Last of the Mohicans was a movie I saw in school. I saw like 90% of it because I think there's a love scene that we skipped over. It was good though. I remember the battles being nice. Not really much to write home about with this one. Daniel Day-Lewis is in it. I think he killed it. Great job. I just don't remember too much, and it's fine, but it probably is better than the other movie I previously mentioned. Don't know why I'm talking so fast. I just want to skip this one. I don't remember it, but I think it was great. I love Fern Gully. Yeah, I said it. I love Fern Gully. Tim Curry. This is my first Tim Curry intro, and while I'm not sure if it was my first Robin Williams movie, I think it was great, this one. Like, it's so weird. Okay, so in Australia there's a rainforest, and these loggers are cutting it down, and the fairy people in the forest are like, this shouldn't be happening. So they shrink down one of the guys who's working on the forest, who's like working on logging the forest, to try to like show him the ways of all the people there, all the fairy people there, and how the forest works, and how maybe you shouldn't cut down the forest. Meanwhile, this evil tree has the spirit of the god of pollution inside of it. The loggers cut into it and release him, and now he takes over the combine harvester that they're controlling. There's also a bat that has been scientifically experimented on, played by Robin Williams. It is a cluster of a movie, and I don't know if it works or not, but there are so many memorable moments from this one that I cannot not love it. Tim Curry just owns his role in this. Robin is insane. The rest of the cast is pretty good for what they are, and it's just fun and weird, and it has so many strange plot points. It's just great. I love it. What else do I have to say? Robin Williams raps. Tim Curry has a very Rocky Horror Picture Show inspired song. The animation on him is gorgeous and phenomenal. There's like a final boss mode of his character that I love even more and has the coolest design of any villain I've ever seen. And like the music when I keep playing that scene over in my head and rewatching that one, and it's so good. Like after they, not spoiling anything that much, but after they turn the key, that mode of his character. But my goodness, I mean, the character's name is Hexus. It's really close to sex, sexus, or something. But yeah, Fern Gully rocks. Oh, and Tone Lock, who's like a rapper, plays this like large lizard guy that tries to eat like the main human guy, and it's so it's like another big let alligator moment. It's so weird. I can't get over how weird and fun this movie is. Where it throws things to the wall, it doesn't care if it sticks, but it lands. It lands really well. This is a fun movie. I love it. Reservoir Dogs is Tarantino's first film. He knocked it out of the park. I love the beginning to this one, and let me just break it down for you all. Yo, I don't know what I'm doing anymore. Basically, there is a bank heist going on with a team of people who are all code named after colors: Mr. White, Mr. Blue, Mr. Blonde, Mr. Pink, Mr. Brown, Mr. Blue. You don't see brown and blue too much, but the rest, orange also. Mr. Orange and Mr. White are kind of the protagonists of this one. Mr. Blonde has a great scene to the song "Stuck in the Middle with You," and it is one of the most memorable movie scenes I've ever seen in my life. And I love this one. Buscemi's in this movie. I love Buscemi. Harvey Keitel. Tarantino himself is in this one as well. Who else? Who else is in this one? Oh, come on. I know this. Yeah. What was his name? Harvey Keitel. Oh, wait. Eli Roth. Yeah, he's great in this. The entire cast rocks. And the best part about this whole movie is it's all surrounding the bank robbery, but you never see it, which is so clever of him. And it's all told in anachromatic order, and all the stuff that Tarantino does with his films shows up in later movies. It rocks. It's just so good. And it's incredibly well cast, incredibly well acted. The music score is great, and it's just wonderful. I love it. And number one is Aladdin. I love Aladdin so much. It's probably one of my favorite Disney films of all time. In my like top three, seriously. Basically perfect. Another Robin Williams one. This movie was born for Robin Williams. Or at least like they actually wanted him so bad they got his old stand-up and did a little pitch reel for him to show him how the character can act and be with the genie, and he accepted the role, and they did the thing, and he had a clause where he's like, oh, don't give me any more than this much space on the poster, and don't give me action figure residuals and stuff. I don't want to be promoting this movie too much because I have another movie called Toys that I want to do. And of course Disney was like, yeah, and then they just did what they want to do anyways. And Robin was so mad that he cut ties with Disney. He didn't do the second movie or the series, which I'm kind of thankful for, because then that would be like we wouldn't see the genie too much. Instead, they got Dan Caston and Homer Simpson. They got Homer Simpson, who isn't just that voice. It's like every other character in The Simpsons. And he was like really great at it. Did a great job with that. Really awesome in that role in the series. But this movie is phenomenal. It's about a young street rat named Aladdin, who apparently is the diamond in the rough, is a heart of gold. He's a good guy, and he gets suckered into finding this magic lamp for a peddler, who is actually the royal vizier. And its plot's kind of actually complicated in a way now that I think about it. Basically, he goes to find the lamp. The cave collapses on him, and he frees a genie from the lamp who gives him 3 wishes. And now he has to use his wishes to win the heart of the princess who he met earlier, and there's a good connection with them, but he doesn't want to, get caught lying, and the vizier still wants the lamp, and the sultan's none the wiser, and there's a pet monkey, and there's a magic carpet, and there's a tiger pet of the princess, and there's a bunch of awesome random side characters, and there are some weird parts of the movie where values don't match with current times. And Robin Williams is another character in the movie, and it's just so it's great. It's a really great movie. I love this one. Definite must watch. It's very funny, heartfelt, loving. The action is awesome in this one. The color palette is really nice and warm. Go see Aladdin. Do yourself a favor. All right. So now we go to the last one. How's it going, Navansky? Welcome to the channel. Let me just pull up the 1992 files. Figure something out. Oh, cool. Let me just drag that one down there. Give me a sec. I have seen the new Sonic figures that Jax is releasing. They look pretty cool. Alright, let's just try this out. Okay, so I may have to redo a lot of files for this and actually do like single year by year things. Oh, Purple Knuckles is going to be great. I can't wait for him. Alright, back to film. American Tail 5 Goes West. There's like a spider in this movie that has a mech, and Jimmy Stewart plays a dog. And it's basically Old West stuff that would be pretty awesome. Dom DeLuise returns. I don't remember much about this movie. Other than that, there's a Wild West thing. And I'm not sure why Wild West stuff is popping up in the early 90s. But whatever. It's always a genre that'll show up. I think I'm kind of getting sick of Wild West stuff because I've been watching Westerns for the past 5 years with my dad. And it kind of taking a toll on me. To the point where now we're watching Star Trek. And oh my god, that show is awesome. I love, love Star Trek. It's an amazing show, incredibly well written, original series Star Trek in production order. By the way, that's a good caveat for that. But yeah, great movie, great show, good movie. Oh, All Dogs Go to Heaven. Did I put the sequel on here? Wait a minute, is the sequel on here? Everyone's waiting for All Dogs 3. We all are. I'm still waiting for Pebble and the Penguin too. I love Pebble and the Penguin a lot. It's my only good. It's my only favorite Martin Short role. Yeah. Okay. One sec. All Dogs 2. Roses are red. Violets are blue. All Dogs Go to Heaven 2. Okay. Let's move on to the next movie. Neverending Story 2. I forgot a lot about this movie. I think Falcor's in it and he's pretty cool, but other than that, not much. I just watched it because one of my friends recommended me the series. It was good, but I don't think it's as good as the first one. Gosh, I probably should put it at the bottom. Whatever. Anyways. Mice and Men. The adaptation of the book. This one's really good. I watched this in school. I never really knew the actors back then, but now I do. Malkovich does a great job as is it Lenny? It's Lenny. And then George is Gary Sinise, who does a great job as well. It really fits well with the books, and it was awesome. I just love this one. It was really well done, and my friend memed the ending, which is kind of ruining it. But I like this one a lot. It was a great movie, and I thought it was actually released in 1990, but apparently 1992. So go figure. Hook! I haven't seen this movie in a while. Hook! Yeah, I used to love Captain Hook as a kid. I never watched this one, though, which is weird. I love the animated version, but this movie never really jived with me when I was a kid. I watch a couple clips nowadays, just finding it around on YouTube and stuff, and people are like, "Oh, this movie's great. It was my childhood. It was really fun." And I gotta watch this one again. Maybe I'll like it more. Robin did a great job at this one. Dustin Hoffman is a great Hook. What's her name? She played a pirate. Was it Gwyneth Paltrow? Who was it? Glenn Close. Glenn Close plays a bearded pirate in Hook. And people wouldn't notice unless they really looked for the character, but it's pretty cool. The crocodile has also been stuffed and mounted as a wooden statue or whatever. And the movie was cool. I don't remember much of it, but I liked it. I remember liking it a lot. I think I'm really more hip on the 80s movies for some reason. Here's a shocker. What about Bob? I think this is my favorite... No, that's a different movie. One of my favorite Bill Murray roles. Bill Murray at his most annoying. He plays like a psychiatric patient, and he's trying to destroy his... He goes along with the psychiatrist. How do I... Let me just go back and describe this thing, because there's like too many moving parts. So, Bill Murray plays a man in need of psychiatric help. He's like a psychiatrist, played by what's his name? Richard Dreyfuss. Yeah, Richard Dreyfuss is pretty good in this one. His role... I'm sorry. No. He's good as Garfield, but he has a better role. There's a way better movie coming out in the 90s that... You'll see. You'll see. So, what about Bob? Is basically a guy in need of psychiatric help goes on his psychiatrist vacation with his family. And it's really funny because the whole movie you're watching Bill Murray slowly improve while Richard Dreyfuss descends into madness. And I really love that kind of dichotomy within characters. My parents hate this movie. I kind of like it. I have respect for this movie for the fun premise it brings and gives. And I love the poster too. It's really fun. Honestly, I think it's great. It's a strange movie. And the ending is really good. I love the ending. It's weird. But yeah. What about Bob? This is my favorite Harrison Ford role. This is a movie I watched years ago without knowing how much of what it was or what it was really about. But I really latched onto this one for some reason. I loved it. A very hardworking man with a very gruff temper, and he's very curt with people. Oh wait, that's just Harrison Ford. No, but really though, a very, tough, hardworking man is on his lunch break. He's like a not a famous, but he's like very rich. He's very standoffish towards people, very rude. And he's at a gas station getting like a snack or something on his way to like work or whatever, and some guy comes in wanting to rob the place, and he gets in a scuffle with the guy somehow. I forget. I don't know why his character does that, but he gets into a scuffle with the guy, and he hits his head so hard that he forgets who he is entirely. He wakes up in the hospital, has to relearn everything, but at the end of it, he's a better person. And this is a really interesting moral question that kind of is weird, because it's like, you have this person that you know and love. Would you accept him if he was entirely different, but better? It's really cool, actually, watching them go through his brain injury and trying to, it isn't that they want this old one version of him back, but it's just, how do you deal with this? It's so fascinating to me how to deal with this injury he has. It's incredibly well done. I really love how this movie is done. How this movie is just, I think directed and shot, and the acting is amazing in this one. Honestly, concept alone, I love it. Gardner Henry's great, one of the best. But this is better. I was never a fan of Beauty and the Beast initially. Never a huge fan. But then I rewatched it like during lockdown because I was watching all the other Disney movies and fell in love. I love this one. Beauty and the Beast is like, it went from like probably my top 20 to like top 10, maybe even 5 easily. So good. The characters, the story, everything about this one just sings perfection. And when you take into account Howard Ashman, his last musical score on this movie, when he was like passing away from AIDS, and when you think of how people thought of him during the AIDS epidemic back in the 90s, and how they thought of him as a monster, how they wanted to seclude him, how he wasn't allowed to be near people, it just hits you and makes so much sense. And it's really, it's just an incredible movie. It turns the hero and villain on its head, with the villain being this like regular dude. And the magic is pretty good, but not that overstated, which I like. It isn't like just a it isn't like a catch-all win the plot with magic thing. It's kind of a work to earn your happy ending in this one. This happy ending is earned. And it is so good. The music? Oh my god. Oh my god. The music is just... I mean, the Beauty and the Beast song is great. I love it. Oh my god, I love that. Beauty and the Beast is awesome. That song. The mob song is wonderful. Gaston! With the memes and the chest hair and the eggs. There's a scene in the beginning where this woman is crying for eggs. And you realize this is because Gaston's eaten them all. He ruins all the eggs by eating them. What's the deal with the eggs? There's too many eggs. Anyways. I love this one. I really do. It's just basically perfect. It's really fun. Incredibly well done. My gosh. Thomas and the Magic Wheel. Is that the one with Diesel? Where he has like a claw thing? Because I got him when I was younger. I had a whole set. And like, I got that guy. And I love the function where you could just move the claw forward. Yeah. 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 Oh yeah. I was a Villains fan when I was younger. I loved villains. And if you're a villain in a movie when I was younger, I probably have a figure of you. Just saying. Yeah. Gosh, do I have them all? I should review them all, probably. Oh man. But yeah, getting back to this. Beauty and the Beast is awesome. It's a wonderful movie. I really love it, and I probably can add more stuff. Yes, I probably do. I have a box. I specifically know which box. One of those blue big plastic boxes with like a tub that fits in a shallow thing but isn't like latch. And he's somewhere up there. He maybe scuffed a little bit, but I had a bridge that like I would just like, turn the crank and the bridge would go up and I'd have him go on the bridge and it would like block him or something, and oh man. Yeah. Why does every bad guy die by falling? It's just so easy. You don't see the body. But you don't see the body, which means they're still alive. Somehow. Should I go to the next decade? I don't even have anything ready for the next decade. Or next decade. The next year on it, whatever. 93. 93 is like 13 films. And 94 is like 11 films. And 95 is another 11 films. So I might just do 3-year segments. Oh god, 96 rocks. 97. 98. Yeah, this will be a while I'll have for these movies. But man. Such great times. Yeah, I'm gonna save that for next week. Alright. Pretty short episode this time around. Probably could have been longer, but whatever. Probably the fat controller got him up there, being fat and all. I'm answering your question, by the way, to those who are just randomly wondering why I'm talking about a fat controller. I don't know how I know half of these things. I just remember random snippets of, like, my childhood. I cannot wait to get to Elmo Goes to Grouchland. Oh man, too many good movies. I love film. I can't believe I made this list 5 years ago and didn't do anything about it. Oh no way! I heard about that. Yeah, yeah, the Lost Pilot of Thomas. Yeah, that's great. All right, all right, everybody. We're gonna just close this out. And thank you all for watching. I hope you enjoyed this. And next week we'll have more movies to come. I'm wondering if I should just do this twice a week. Maybe Monday, Wednesday or something. Let me know in the comments if I should do more of this. I probably should. I wouldn't mind. I'll see you all around. Take care. Thanks for watching, everybody. Bye-bye.